Last night I stayed at Hobcaw Plantation, which is on the North Santee River. We're now on the South Santee River, not very far from where I stayed last night. And I'll be staying here tonight at Hampton Plantation, spending a night here. There's not a slave dwelling here, but there are remnants thereof, and there's an archaeological dig here. And that is quite respectable because that's an attempt to tell the whole story here, which I'm sure for so long at a state site like this, the concentration has been the big house. And that's typical of a lot of stories, a lot of interpretation, a lot of preservation that we as Americans tend to engage in, especially when it pertains to antebellum architecture. But that's not the whole story. So what they're doing here at Hampton Plantation is an archaeological dig to tell the stories of those who were enslaved here. My next stay here in South Carolina will be Hobcaw Barony, and I'm looking forward to that. That will be a repeat stay, and it's going to be a series of events going on there. I'm just part of a larger package. It's going to give access to the slave village there and tell more of a comprehensive story of what Hobcaw Barony added to this history of this state and the rice culture of this state. When the places are still there, it's hard to deny the people who lived in those places.
Now, I understand during your visit to Hobcaw, one of the individuals that you will meet is an 85-year-old man by the name of Robert McClary, who was a former resident of Friendfield Village. Can you share your thoughts regarding what it might be like to meet someone who actually lived in a particular dwelling that you happen to be visiting?
That's going to be interesting to interact with someone who lived in one of the dwellings, because what it allows us to do is interpret the dwellings beyond emancipation. A lot of the cabins are still with us because they were used beyond emancipation. They evolved. And this gentleman will be there to talk about how they evolved because he physically lived there. To have all these things coming together is quite rare, and to interact with a person who once lived in the dwelling is rare, and any opportunity that I get to do that, that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing, and it just furthers the intent of this project.